happy Thursday, everybody. This one's been a long time coming. I am joined. I love Rich's intro for Robbie Josephs. Robbie Josephs, the great and powerful. Longtime friend, first time beer honor. We got Robbie Josephs with us tonight. Robbie, welcome to the stream.
Thanks for having me. It's nice to
Dude.
be here with Superman and Doctor Doom.
Which one's which? Yeah.
Yeah, you know who you are. You're evil.
Well, you got green on. That looks green to me.
Yeah,
So
dude, this was not planned. Yeah.
You're
and it has a hood too. So I mean, what do you think?
I just need the mask.
There it is.
So, Adam from Up and Adam is here. The great and powerful Robbie Josephs. Both of them linked below. Follow Robbie on Instagram. He loves to show off his books, and boy, does he have books. And so, in talking about what we were going to do tonight, this is not like, we're not going to rapid fire a bunch of books. We're going to spend a little bit of time just showing off some personal favorites. And that's it. That's like, there's no other criteria here. This isn't about keys or anything else. It's just 10 books you like for any reason. And so that's the purpose of being here tonight. I've got a little bit of a game, a way that we're going to do each round. But every round is going to be, us showing a book and telling why we brought it tonight, why we wanted to share it with each other and everybody in the chat. And hey, speaking of the chat, let's say hey to those guys, because they're popping off already. First, not first, but I'm going to start with him because I think he was first. I think he was the first one in the chat. Andres K. Munin, yes, your earlier comments were deleted, but we're going to count it as we always do. You're always first. And then there's Matt from Impressed.
What's up, Matt?
And constant friend and supporter, Alex, the longest cosplays. Mark's issues with Archie. I watched one of his videos today on, oh man, now it escapes me. The Willie, Slick Willie or something. It was a book I'd never heard of before. It's like Black Archie. It was really cool. I was like, well, I got to get that. Very cool video. Scrolling through. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Rich from Big Nasty Comics. He's first. He called it. Rob Saint always has a cool Golden Age Superman icon.
Yeah,
that's a great one with the lightning. That's one of my favorite covers. There's Lewis from Second Floor. It is the day after New Comic Book Day. I think I read like 4 of my books last night. I really got to sit and read. It was nice.
Only got through one.
Stevie D is here. What is up, Stevie? Everybody's favorite, Stevie D. And Michael, just Michael, someone else who has that X-Men icon thing he has there's very cool. I can't pick everybody out, but I definitely see Colossus, so I'm assuming it's an X-Men like panorama of some kind. Scrolling through, Doug, the comic collector coach. Hey, buddy. And then I saw him there. There he is. There's Jeff Jack. He's rooting for Robbie and a little bit for us. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Jeff Jack made his comic book appearance, his first appearance there on the live show last week. And I got to be on there for a little bit with him. I thought that was cool. Here is a new one to me, Brian M. And no Savage Dragon tonight, but stick around. I think you'll like a lot of the books that do get shown. We very different tastes, but still appreciation for so many things. I'm really interested we don't know what each other brought. Like this is all kind of like surprise for each other. And I did try to pull things that I thought might be a little out of my wheelhouse, even though there's plenty that's still in my wheelhouse. This is not live. I'm pre-recorded. Adam is AI. Robbie,
I'm just a dream.
Robbie's on a delay, but he is live. It's a complex system, this StreamYard, but we got it all together. And I think that's everybody. All right. If I missed you, please say, hey, you missed me in the chat. All right. Speaking of the chat, guys, please go give this stream a like. I always forget to do that. So please go give the stream a like if you can. And if you're not a subscriber, hey, be a subscriber. It's a lot of fun. We do a lot of stuff around here. There's even an affiliate link down there if you want to order some BCW supplies. You get 5% off and I don't know what I get. Nothing. I get a little notoriety.
Nothing yet.
That's nice. Nothing yet. You
Piece of
really
tape.
gotta accumulate a lot, I think. And I'm mostly floating on my own purchases. So I thought we had talked about playing a game, but I still don't fully understand the rules. Adam keeps saying it's just blackjack. I'm like, I don't play that. So what I do play is Dungeons and Dragons. So we're gonna roll for initiative. So each round, the order will be determined by 3 dice, high, medium, and low rolls. And so I picked dice color based on the people. Robbie Joseph's, I picked a red with gold letter dice because of his love of Captain Marvel. Adam, I picked a green dice because Doctor Doom is his favorite character. Me, I picked a blue sparkly dice, not because she's my favorite character, but this was the closest one I could find to a Dazzler dice. And I didn't want to get another red one for myself because of Superman. I'd just be confused. So, there's our buddy Eric J. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for being here. So, I mean, without further ado, you guys ready? You want to show does everybody know what their first book would be if you got picked first? Because I think I do too. All right, so round 1 is going to be Adam, then Robbie, then me. So, Adam, you're going to be up first in this round. You are the high roll with an 18. Not bad.
Ooh. I do well with initiative rolls, but nothing else, so
right.
That's kind of the way it goes.
Which is really good when you're the dungeon master, so that you can survive.
Right. Well, I'm going to unveil my secret for what I'm doing today, but I'm bringing all Avengers books. So you were talking about how when you were going through your cabinet, you didn't want to just have the A's. Well, I kind of just have the A's in my collection. But after Fantastic Four, Avengers is kind of like my second biggest collection of stuff. So I think I only need like 8 books to have everything from when it started till the other week when the last one came out. So my very first book that I'm showing here is, I've shown this before, but this is the very first comic that I picked up off the rack. And it's Avengers 221. I wanted to get it. It was funny. I remember sitting at my grandmother's house, just got off of an episode of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. We go down to a 7-Eleven,
great cartoon,
get some Slurpee and some penny candy, if you remember that kind of stuff. And I was looking through some comics and saw some stuff, and my girl was like, "Oh, go pick out one." So I picked this one out because it looked like there was a lot of characters, and some that I knew and some that I didn't know. So I picked this one up. But this one, 2 new members start. Pick 2. It's kind of 2 do join the Avengers of this. I don't want to spoil it, even though it's like from 1982 or whatever. But and I do have this signed by Brett Breeding. And also David Michelini, who wrote it, and Brett Breeding did the inking mostly for this. So that's Brett's
signature is beautiful. As someone who deals with poor penmanship for a living,
yeah,
that's
he's
gorgeous.
Just pretty good one. And David, I don't know, this is David. He's just kind of like yeah, or Michelini, I think is how he pronounces his name. But this is kind of my first book. Yeah. So
very cool. That's a cool book. I love that. Robbie, what's your first book you want to show us?
Well, you said no keys, but this is a key issue. I'm sorry.
I didn't say no keys. I just said it didn't have to be a key. You can bring a book for any reason.
All right. Well, this particular issue was a very, very high grade copy of this. It's the first Silver Age appearance of the Golden Age Atom. And it's in Atom number 29. And when I bought this book inspired me to try to collect higher grade books. And this is the first cover of a superhero book I've ever seen that the superhero is used for a weapon against another superhero. So when you see the cover, you'll see what I mean. This is Atom number 29.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Wow. He's smacking him upside the head with the atom.
He could have used his own
Smacking
hand.
the atom with the atom.
Yeah, he could have used his own hand, but he chose to use another character to beat him down with. Oh my gosh. Wow. I have never seen that. That's awesome.
No, that's really cool. And that is a very clean.
Oh my gosh.
copy.
Yeah. Go checks.
Great colors, man.
Yeah, Gil Kane did the cover.
Quit hitting yourself, Adam. Very nice. Very cool first book, Robbie. Awesome.
That's awesome.
All right. I guess, you know, I'm just gonna do the one I would have done first anyway. And I'm cheating a little bit because I don't have like the individual comic, but I'm more of a reader anyway. And I think I'm not sure if this was only released as a graphic novel or if it was released as individual issues, but I love Will Eisner's anything. The spirit is fine, but what I really like is his like just regular slice of life stories. And this one is called The Name of the Game. And for anyone who hasn't read it, it's 3 generations of a Jewish family in New York, which feels very autobiographical because he is, you know, a Jewish man who lived in New York. And there's just his artwork, his black and white artwork. He does so much with lines and with big pools of black. There's always, even though it's just people talking, there's just always motion, and he knows how to pose people. He knows how to compose a scene. I truly believe that we don't have modern superhero comics or anything else if we don't have Will Eisner. I think I've said this before. I think he's very revered. I don't think he's very much collected or talked about as much. You know, we have the Eisner Awards. He's who it's named for. And everything of his that I've read has been amazing. But I don't think a lot of people appreciate it the way that it probably should be. So if you can try, a lot of people know Contract with God, but I mean, find some of the more obscure stuff he did and check it out. It's just a good read and it's wonderful art. So
good first round, guys.
Yeah, good first round. Barks, Eisner, Kirby. Yeah, you know what? I agree. That's a heck of a. I wouldn't be surprised to see some Kirby from someone else, and stick around. You just might see some Barks from someone else up here too. All right.
Yeah, Eisner's so influential to everything. I mean,
he is.
And way. I mean, I wouldn't say he was ahead of his time as much, but he set the standard that a lot of people tried to get.
And I think he did set the state. I mean, sequential storytelling just didn't. Everything that he did was new in the way that he told a story panel to panel. There were comics, but he just really developed it in a way that there we go. Core's saying it. No one can do what Eisner did. Hey, Core, welcome, and welcome to Lyle. What about Won't Eisner?
I guess if you think about it, for all the artists that were around, you know, in his day and beyond, he's the only one that got the award named after him. So that's got to stand for something.
I really do. I think that trilogy of Eisner, Barks, and Kirby is true. I think those guys just laid a foundation that everybody else is still building on. That, you know, they really are. So the next round 2, is going to be Robbie first, then Adam, then me. I'm still rolling low. I got a freaking 6. So Robbie, what's going to be your second book?
Okay, well, from to expand on what I said on the first book about looking for books that were in, you know, kind of tip-top shape. This book I'm going to show you goes to prove that the 25th time is the charm. Okay, of all the books in my collection, I passed up on this one so many times. I'll wait out a book if I need to, you know, and this was perseverance. I always had a thing for Marilyn Monroe, and I was always fascinated with John F. Kennedy and his assassination. And I believe that this is the second crypto cover. This is Adventure Comics number 294 from March of 1962.
Yes. Oh, this is so good.
Oh.
I believe it's the second crypto cover, Bizarro crypto cover.
This is on my list of wants.
Oh
And then you
yeah,
have
Mary,
there's Kennedy there, and you got this Superman on the left. It's Jerry Lewis.
Right.
Jerry Lewis.
The
Like which one of
Bizarros,
these does not fit? You know,
they're they're all wearing these masks. They're cooking hot dogs with their heat vision.
so crazy. Wow, that is
Beautiful
so cool.
copy. Yeah, awesome, Robbie. That is such a great book. I love that you brought that.
Yeah. Well,
That-
thank
that's
you.
gonna
I
that's
appreciate it.
yeah. Well, that's gonna influence what I show next too. Awesome, Adam.
So this is kind of if people know Avengers, they probably know about this book, the Avengers 200. This is the cringy book,
Yeah,
like one
yeah.
of the notorious cringy books. Also got this one signed by David Michelinie and George Perez. When I got David Michelinie to sign it, I was like, "Can you talk to me about why you did this book?" And his answer was just, "Mistakes were made." Which,
Hey, I
so
can
for
respect
those,
that.
yeah. So for those that aren't familiar, um, the story heavily involves Carol Danvers, Miss Marvel at the time. Um, Basically, what happens is uh, she gives birth to a child. The child's name, I think, is Marcus, and Marcus is like uh, does some timey wimey stuff, and basically seduce. Like he's an adult, grown up as an adult within a couple days, and he basically seduces Miss Marvel to so there's some sexual like abuse basically through this to kind of have sex with his mom to birth him.
Yeah,
So that's really the only
it's
way to explain it.
I've
Oh
always
boy.
kind of likened that to the plot of Terminator, right? Like it feel and
Maybe an
then
inspiration. I'm not sure, but I mean, I love George Perez's art, of course, but just one of those oddball books that I was just like, I have to get a sign. I have to talk to David Michelinie about about it. Like, I had the guts to go up there. I mean, he could have like punched me out or something,
right. He
But
could have just spit on you and said,
he
"Get
could
out of
have
my
spit on me and
line."
said, "Get your book away from me." But very nice, very nice. That's
Yeah,
how.
good one to bring. Good one to bring.
It's
All
always
right,
been a
I'm gonna
cool cover.
piggyback off of Robbie's adventure, and I don't know if anybody knows. Does anybody know the significance of this book? This is Adventure 293, and this is a key. Um,
I
it's a
don't.
weird key.
Yes, I
This is
do.
what is it, Robbie?
I'm pretty sure it's the origin of the Super Pets.
It
No?
is the first appearance and origin of the League of Super Pets. Actually might be the first appearance of Comet the Super Horse too. His origin is in a different issue, but this might be his first appearance. So this is the first like story that's the Legion of Super Pets, where they have themselves a little meeting and they go on a super space romp. And I love the Super Pets. I got this. So this can be expensive. This can be like $100 plus book. I got this for less than $10 because I got it for with
Whoa.
a lot of adventure 12-cent books for $10. Like it was crazy. This guy had this whole thing. He's like, I don't know, I'm going to put these up for $10. And I got easily 5 copies, 5 different issues of Adventure Comics for that were 12 centers. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe this was in there. I was sure that it wouldn't show up at the house, but I'm like, I'll roll the dice for $10. Really happy to have this and not have to pay for it.
Wow, that's awesome.
Good for you, Nate.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice book too, Adam.
Double check on that, Alex. I'm not positive that's First Comet. That's like First Comet like appeared in 2 or 3 different books in the same month. Like there was adventure and an action and something else. So I can't remember which one's exactly first, but like his origin comes late. His origin is not his first appearance. I do want to say that might be his first appearance though. I feel like I've talked enough about Comet the Super Horse and his centaur ways. I'm just not going to. All right,
I mean,
let's
it's
get.
cool to have all the pets there. I mean, you know.
It really is. I mean, I think I've got first appearance of all the super pets except Crypto. And I just know I'm not going to get that one. That's okay. I got a facsimile, but I've got Comet, Beppo, Streaky. I got them all. I think I got Prody too as well.
That was like
I always thought
oddball round. You know,
I always thought there should have been a parrot and a goldfish.
I can see like Aquaman rolling around with like a little
well,
fish
they
tank.
just had the free comic book day Aquamanatee. That's like a new sidekick for him.
Yeah.
All right, the next round 3 is gonna go me. I got a 20. Then Adam, then Robbie. No. Oh, you guys tied. I gotta have a roll off. Oh, Adam, you're last this time. It's me then Robbie.
It's good. It's a good mixture already.
It is a good mixture. I like it. I was afraid the dice would be loaded somehow and it would just keep doing the same thing. All right, I'm going to show a book that is problematic because of the author, but appreciate the art and deal with what the artist is or did. But a very great writer of comics for a certain time period and wrote some comics that I really love. But this is a Marvel series called Next Wave, Agents of Hate, that almost nobody read. I think it went 12 or 13 issues. It's one of the most hysterical things I've ever read. They go against AIM. They go against MODOK at one point. The team is made up of Machine Man, Elsa Bloodstone, this guy, the captain. I don't know anything about him other than this particular book. And then they're led by Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau. Their team dynamic is just like that, that family that fights the whole time. And for a Marvel book, they really brought in a lot of the Marvel universe in a way that was really comical and over the top, and I didn't necessarily think they would. I can't remember if it's the last issue of this series but it's towards the end. There's one that is like, it's every page is a splash page, and you could like put it together, and it's a big kinetic, like, storyboard basically. And I had a guy that I worked with. This was coming out when I worked at a comic book store, and one of the guys that I worked with, he bought 2 copies because he took it apart and put it up on his wall. Like, he was like, I had to put it together it was just an interesting way to tell the story. But the captain killed me because he got his superpowers. He comes out of a bar drunk, and there's an alien, I think it was, and he beats the alien he gets in a fight with the alien, hits it on the head with a beer bottle, and when the alien explodes, it gives him superpowers. And that's why he's a superhero, is because he's an angry drunk. So this is like dollar bin fodder. You can find this in dollar bins, but I love this. I love funny books, and this is a funny book. So check it out if you haven't.
It's so interesting that got greenlit of like this random group of people.
Yeah, very random. Robbie.
The cover was pretty like pastel looking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it has the the famous Japanese wave in it. Yeah. I can't remember the name of that. I'm not. I bet Core can tell us.
Okay.
What's yours?
All right. Well, this one I got going for you here is my favorite Marvel characters are the Submariner is my top dog. Then it's always like a 1A and 1B with the Thing and the Hulk. But this is one of my favorite battle covers from the Silver Age of Marvel. This is Submariner number 8.
Oh, yes. I love that one.
Oh, very cool.
Look how pretty that black is. It's such a hard book to get.
Real quick. We're going full screen for Robbie on that. That black is black. Holy crap, man.
He didn't even use any Sharpies to color it in.
No, that's a beauty. Wow.
Yeah, I love that cover. It's kind of reminiscent of the Fantastic Four one where the Thing's going at the Hulk. That was a black cover too.
Yeah, 112. Yep.
Nice book, Robbie. Hey, Christina. Good to see you. All right, round 3, Adam.
So I'm going to show probably like one of my top 10 villains that I don't think gets enough love, and they got really changed over. But this is issue 196. Taskmaster. I don't know what it is about. I like, villains with cowls and capes and stuff like
Yeah.
that. They have like that skull look to them. But when I first read this, I was just like enthralled with this character because he had all the powers of the different superheroes that he could like he just watched through his eidetic memory and then was able to mimic exactly what they could do. Just thought it was a really cool character. I didn't realize this was also dual signed David Michelini and George Perez, but this is one of my favorite George Perez covers. It's simple for him because he likes to do a million things. He had to put a little maze down there at the bottom, but I just absolutely love this character, and so ecstatic to get like a first appearance of him. So yeah, really cool villain. Now they've made him to be like he trains superheroes or he trains shield agents or does some different stuff like that. But he was training villains for a while. But he was good as a bad guy. No, not every book of mine is signed, but I do have a good number of things. And that was like when I first met George Perez. Like that was the first guy I met to want to get stuff signed. And you're seeing a couple of those books that I got signed by.
That's a great cover, Adam, man. And I'm a sucker for those green backgrounds. I think the green backgrounds are just fantastic.
Oh yeah,
that is a great cover. Hey Brian, nobody but K Munin is going to hate on what you love here. We don't do that,
right?
K Munin will, but we him in spite of that. All right, round four. Adam, you get a natural 20. You get a natural 20.
Nat 20. Wow.
And then Robbie, and then me with another freaking 6. All right. So you get to end the last round and begin this one.
So, does anybody know the significance of this one?
I do not.
Okay. This is a first mention of adamantium.
Really?
So a lot of X-Men fanatics really go after this one, especially with Wolverine fans. I think Eric SideQuest, I'm sure he has this one because of that. But it is also like a first Ultron. So
it's not signed. That's the significance.
And the significance is it's not signed, right? So, but I will say, like from the 50, like issue 50 through 70 of Avengers are probably like the prime Avengers books. Like every book was just like a first appearance or just a real significant thing for a lot of it. A lot of John Buscema. Art.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is that a Buscema cover? It really looks like one.
Yeah,
that's great. That's great.
Yeah. So I mean, you can't if you collect like those issue 50 to 70, like you have gold Avengers stuff. So that's my book.
Very cool. I'll be honest. I don't know that I've seen that cover before, and that's the giant man coming through the door is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Robbie, what do you got for us next?
Okay. This was the first gold Iron Man book I bought. I got one the issue before this for grading and for somebody, but it wasn't the first one I bought. And this is my second favorite cover of the Gold Armors. This is Tales of Suspense number 42.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
So fourth Iron Man.
Yep.
That's awesome. Again,
you're conditioned, dude.
Yeah, I'm blown away by how, especially Marvel, man. Marvel from that era just ages like crap for the most part, and the colors are really rich on that.
Yeah.
Well, like I said earlier, it's sometimes you just have to wait them out.
Yeah, really good book. I'm gonna go weird for a minute. So this next one, this is a childhood book of mine. And I don't want to take it out of here because it's literally falling apart, and I need to just get another copy so that I can have it to read. But Robbie, when we talked about this, was the first one that I was like, I'm going to bring this one for sure because I want Robbie to see it, and this is like me and you. It's my Treasury edition of Superman versus Shazam.
Oh, come on. I got to win this fight, Nate. I have to win this one. You know that, right?
With Supergirl help?
Supergirl and Mary Marvel are in it. The guy that they fight, I can't remember his name, but it's like he wasn't somebody that I remembered. Like he's got eyeball earrings or something. He was a weird villain. But they're two Earths come together. There's some kind of like melding between them, and so they start off fighting each other, but then they team up and defeat the villain. So I love these Treasury editions, the old ones, the facsimiles, any of them that I can come across. But I mean, you can see that this one is done, and the spine, it's split about up to here to where I'm not even sure the cover's completely attached anymore. So last time I touched it, I was like, I don't know what to do with this, because it's almost, it really is just falling to pieces.
I mean, but that was so loved. You know what I mean?
Well, as a kid, I didn't, and I mean literally like a kid, like 8 years old. That was one of those books that I only had a few, so I read them over and over and over again. And those big ones were I had that one and a Batman and a Justice League. I think I had a couple of the Marvel ones too, and I think they just all came from the same flea market or garage sale that I picked them up at. But I just thought, as a kid, those things are literally gigantic, and I just was absolutely in love with them.
Can I put you guys on the spot for a minute?
Yes.
Okay, whose costume do you think is the best?
Superman. Sorry. It's my choice. That's my choice, Adam.
I'm gonna say Mary Marvel.
Come on now. It's choice. Okay if you say Superman. I'm not gonna cry.
No. I think Mary Marvel's is the best out of all of them. I
mean, but between the two, he wants to go between the two.
I'm gonna go with Captain Marvel there. I just the red and yellow. Something about the red and yellow, and I like the white cape with the yellow trim on it.
I do like the trim on his cape, like, and that his cape has that design, and like, yeah. I always did think his costume was cool. I tell you what, I think isn't there a way?
Who's your pick, Robbie? Are we gonna get?
Who do you think? Hey, Nate, was it close?
Yeah. What's that?
Do you think their costumes are close?
Yeah, I do. I think Captain Marvel has a great costume. But I'm always going to pick I'm going to pick Superman against just about anyway.
I know, but it's okay. You don't have to explain.
But here we go. Let's see. Can I do this? Did it work? There you go. Chat. Ooh. Type new polls. StreamYard's always rolling stuff out, so chat can jump in. Chat, you can vote. So 1 for Superman, 2 for Captain Marvel. Nobody's feelings are going to get hurt. They're both freaking awesome. We're ready for round 5, though. We're ready. We're almost halfway there. All right, Adam, you get to go first. Another 20. Robbie, you barely beat me. You got a 3 and I got a 2.
What did you do? Drop one of the dice on the floor?
No, they're in the. Oh, not of course they rolled, but they're in one of my many little dice trays.
Oh, nice.
When you want to roll dice, you got to have a tray handy. All right, so we are going to put Adam up first.
So this may be one of my favorite covers of all time, and it's the 57.
Yeah.
And again, John Buscema. But just the red and the just the hints of red all around it. I mean, it is hard to find a more iconic cover. In my opinion, definitely one of the best of the Silver Age covers. sometimes he would compete a little bit with himself with some other ones. But I just absolutely love this cover. I think everybody knows this, but this is the first appearance of the Vision, and 58 is a great one too. That's the origin of the Vision, and it's got the "When Androids Cry," that like famous last page backsplash in there. Really iconic. Vision's also one of my favorite Avengers characters. Like I've always really liked him. He's got a complex story, a complex love life with there's all this interconnecting with Hank Pym and Wonder Man and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it is Marvel's Red Tornado. Yeah. And I also thought it was interesting, like they made this so red, so you thought the character is going to be like this inside, but he's a little bit different. Has some green in his costume and yellow and some things like that. But I just love this cover, so iconic.
All right, I gotta give before we go to the next guy, Matt. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm gonna give you a spider butt.
Hercules.
Well, stick around, Matt. Stick around. Robbie, what is your book for round 5?
Okay. When I turned 50 years old, I went to New Jersey. My 2 favorite shows at the time was The Walking Dead and The Comic Book Men. And so I went to New Jersey to try to meet the Comic Book Men. And I had a gift for Mike Zapsik, who had lost his entire collection of comic books, about $30,000 collection, in Hurricane Sandy. So I went down there and I got to meet Mike first, which turned out perfect. And then Walt and Ming came in after, and I got to meet them. And, so I had a stack of books that I was going to buy. And anytime I go on a comic book buy, or at least when I was able to, was I would always ask if they had anything rare or any Golden Age stuff. So they said, Walt said, I got a rare magazine if you're interested. And I goes, can I see it? And he brought it out. And I took it. Now, like I said, this is pretty rare. And this came out in 1966. And when it came out, it was the first time you could take a sneak peek at the Batman movie with Adam West and Burt Ward, and it's a tribute to all the comic book superhero movie serials of the 40s and 50s. So here it is.
Oh wow, I've never seen that. That's awesome. Look at that cover. It's got everybody on it that you would want on it.
Okay, you see Captain Marvel in the Phantom?
Yeah.
Okay. The guy that played Captain Marvel also played the Phantom. So he was the first guy ever to play 2 superheroes. And I know you guys like horror movies. He also played the Mummy in the movie The Mummy's Hand, which was the follow-up to the Karloff one.
How cool. Yeah, that is awesome.
That's really awesome. And I love that those old magazines survive too.
Yeah, Robbie, you see the bag? Rare and hard to find.
If you put that on anything, people will buy it, right?
Yeah.
But in this case, it's true.
I don't think you saw the comment, Robbie, but was it Louis that was saying like, "Hey, you went to New Jersey on purpose?"
Go to Jersey on purpose? I went to Jersey a few times when I lived in New York.
In the book I gave the guy Mike who lost his comic books in the hurricane, it was a 1958 Action Comics with the title "King of the Undersea."
Oh wow,
that's cool.
He is all right. I've met him. I've seen him at a con before, and he just as a person walking around going to get books. He was at Baltimore
that's cool.
year. And like he is a super nice, genuine guy. So,
yes, sir.
I am gonna. So this is this is an upgrade copy for me. I've actually given away the original one that I got, but this is the first Lois Lane that I ever read and absolutely fell in love with, and made a video about, and it made me and Matt Likes Comics internet friends forever, for life. So it is Lois Lane number 54, first appearance of Herco. I just love his stupid little pink face. I love this issue. All three stories are fun, but the Herco story stands out for sure, where he falls in love with Lois, and it's just constant comedy throughout. So the colors on this one are way better than the one that I had before. And I think every time I come across this for a decent price, I grab it, but I only have one in the collection. I give this one away. I'm like, maybe it'll get someone else reading Lois Lane, not K Munin, but other people, it might. So that'll be my book 5.
Yeah, I mean, to hear you and Matt talk about that one, like it makes me want to read it. Yeah.
You got to read it. All right. Next one I get will be for you.
Do you think Superman got jealous of Herco?
I think Superman was probably relieved. Like he's
always trying to get rid of her.
Yeah, Silver Age Superman was Silver Age Superman's kind of afraid of girls, is the way I read it. Like, oh my God, Lana wants to get all the pawns. I better get out of here. It's like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know why he doesn't want to.
If he has an opportunity to skedaddle, he takes it.
Oh my God, what is with these rolls? I got a 4. Adam, Robbie, me.
I'm gonna go buy a lottery ticket. I'm striking.
You should. Your green dice is on fire tonight.
So just 2 issues before the last one is 55, which is the first Ultron. So this is the and you kind of get the story about Ultron. Initially looking like a vacuum cleaner that Hank Pym kind of created, but then he comes back as Ultron 6, and Ultron's also one of my favorite villains. Like I've always loved Ultron. Just he get like every version of him is more advanced and more deadly. And, it is kind of like, it is also like that Terminator thing, we're just like machines getting sentient, taking over, and wreaking a lot of havoc. So but this is the first appearance of Ultron. So that's what I got.
That's awesome, Adam.
All right. Robbie.
All right. This next one I'm going to show you is, I don't know what, if you look at the Overstreet Guide, it'll tell you it's a Marvel comic. I'm kind of on the fence with it. I kind of still think it was Atlas. Because on the next book I'll show you, I'll tell you why I believe that. But I found this book, it was interesting. It's a Jack Kirby, Bill Everett cover, which is kind of an odd combination. And there's also Williamson art on the inside of it. But from 1959, this is Tales of Suspense number 4.
Whoa. Oh, wow. Yeah, I've seen it in that, like, I guess it's supposed to be a Martian. It kind of looks like a Wolfman.
Yeah, what is that?
It is so bizarre.
Looks like a purple Wolfman.
Yeah, what a great, man. Number 4. And look, I mean, again, look at your condition. Is just insane.
It's unreal. So
yeah, this was
considered. Is it published by Timely?
No, the thing about reading the indicia, especially on early Marvel books and even Atlas books, there's a different like name on the indicia for almost every book. Some say like Zenith, some say this or that, Olympia, or so you don't really nothing. It's not like it did after the Silver Age was more established.
Yeah,
it's like they were throwing at a dartboard and just picking a title of a company to say that they were that time.
Beautiful copy.
That's great.
All right, this next one, another childhood book. So this is one that like I knew nothing about, but it still like is a book. I'm gonna have to take this one out of the bag to show something. because it's one of my favorite things to happen in comic books. So this is Defenders number 61, and it features, I think the Defenders is the stupidest team Marvel ever put together, and I mean that with all the love in the world. Like, it makes no sense that these people.
I love Defenders.
I love Defenders. They hang out in a mansion, and that's what I love about this book. It starts with them in Defender's mansion, and Hellcat has some kind of cloak. She's putting on a show for them, and they're just hanging out in Avengers mansion. This guy's name, I think, is Dollar Bill. He shows up in like three issues. He's in a 3-issue run. He never shows up again. He's one of the worst characters ever created. He's like a hippie movie maker or something. And so Nighthawk comes out with hot chocolate for everybody, and there's the damn Hulk drinking hot chocolate from a mug while they hang out in Avengers mansion. So,
I mean, hot chocolate and rhythmic gymnastics, what gets better, right?
Right. So this is so stupid but so fun, and just the makeup of the team in general. As a kid, it was, for me, Spider-Man was the first hero that I really grabbed books for. And so when I saw this at wherever we were, my dad did a lot of flea markets and yard sales and stuff. So I'm sure I saw Spider-Man. I grabbed this and I read it. And I just remember, like, who are all these other, I knew who the Hulk was, and that was about it. Like, no other hero on this team did I know who they were. But even as a kid, I was like, why are they in a mansion and they're still in their costumes? And like, wouldn't they want to put on their sweatpants? Like, that doesn't seem comfortable. So
I love the Defenders.
I love that cover too. That's like an underrated cover.
Love the Defenders. They are funny, really silly group.
You know, it's funny. They started out with 3 guys, and look how many they ended up with over the years.
Right.
And Hellcat was like, I mean, one of those like sexiest costumes of the 70s back then. I mean, they didn't hold back revealing anything.
Her legacy of being Patsy Walker, you know, the teen, like kind of like an Archie type character,
right?
And then timely, because they own her, they bring her into the fold, and it's the same character, but it's not. It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
All right, me, then Adam, then Robbie. I actually won one.
Nice.
So I got to end the last one and start the next one. Okay.
What's up, Wig?
Did you load the dice?
I didn't load the dice. I promise I didn't load the dice. I'm just doing what the dice say. That's what a good dungeon master does. This is a beautiful cover. One of my favorites, not a Sienkiewicz, Dazzler number 26, Joe Jusko.
Oh.
So it's a great cover. It's also an insane story where Dazzler's sister shows up, and Dazzler's sister has some kind of power. She's also a mutant, and her power is to like kill things. So she pets a cat at one point, and the cat scratches her, and she kills the cat in this issue. And that's like foreshadowing for, I think, the next issue, where she kills a homeless person or something. This guy like accosts her in an alley, and she ends up killing him. It's like a classic Marvel melodrama, right? So it's a pretty good copy, beautiful cover. I think the pencils on this are fantastic. It's one of my all-time favorites. That's not a Bill Sienkiewicz Dazzler cover. Even better, first Mark Jewelers I ever got, and I got it in the wild. Like, I had no idea it was a Mark Jewelers until I started reading through it and was like, oh my God. And I turned to my wife, who was, I think, asleep in bed because I was reading it in bed. I got Mark Jewelers. She's like, oh my God. Turns over, like, ignores me. But,
unless you're going to order her jewelry, she doesn't care, right?
Right. But very cool.
Joe Jusko is a great artist too.
Great artist, absolutely. He did the cover for Nightcat, as everybody knows.
Yes, he did. So with this one, the next one here. So we, in where I am in Virginia, we have like one comic shop, but we hardly ever get any kind of con or anything. Like there's no like elk lodge, moose lodge, badger, whatever animal lodge. There's none of those. There's so they started a few years ago trying to have a local con in the Shenandoah Valley, and it's and it's terrible. And so, but they're trying to do something, but most of it's like 3D printed stuff and like stickers and Legos and stuff like that. But like the first year that they had it, there were only, I think, 3 comic dealers, and 2 of them were so like insanely priced that like a book that you would normally see for $5 was probably like 40. So it was like there's nothing. You're going to take a quick glance and then just move on. But there was one dealer that had some stuff, and I was working on. I did, and part of my insanity was trying to get like every Doctor Doom appearance from when he started until like the year 2001. So I found a list and compiled everything. And so I had a few, books on my mind of things that I was looking for. And I'm kind of like this, like if I see something that's got, Doctor Doom, it like grabs my attention. It's like, I don't know, cleavage or something. I don't know. But I picked this one up. That's Avengers 25. So this is a very early, really clean copy. I remember I got it for like $20.
Nice.
Yeah. So he had like 40 on it or something. And I said, well, I didn't want to pay what the number up to the number was. And it was like at the end, I didn't bring hardly any money with me. And he was like, yeah, I can do that for 20. So great deal too. But I love the cover. I always like it when Captain America's got like that shield toss like above his head when it looks like that's probably not going to work. But they're kind of funny. But yeah, this is kind of an early Doctor Doom where he's in someone else's book. I mean, he was in like ASM 5 and a few other things, but this is pretty early. Somebody's asked about grade.
What do you?
I mean, there's some spine issues to it, but I mean, I'd probably put it at like a 5. It's pretty
respectable.
solid. Very pretty color. Presents very well.
I am Jeff Jack's thinking, what the hell is Quicksilver doing? He looks like he's doing like a canasta or something.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. I don't know what that is.
That is an odd pose.
But Kirby goodness. So yeah.
Yeah, that's been a book that's actually been a pretty steady riser over the last 10 years.
Yeah,
in value.
And this was a little bit more sought after. He's groundhogging it. Oh, that's great.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Robbie.
Okay, well, this next book I'm going to show you here. You see our rather illustrious guest there, Mr. Neil Adam? Okay.
Okay.
I got him commissioned to do me 3 drawings, okay? And this book is going to go to him when I get them. And it's one that he needs, so it's going to make me happy because it's going to get him closer to where he's getting to. Fantastic Four #3.
Oh man.
Okay, for Adam, full screen.
Gorgeous. It is gorgeous.
Now, do you see that little box there that says MC?
That's the first MC.
Okay. When they put the MC in the box, that's when I consider them Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anything before that, I consider it Atlas.
Yeah, that's great. And that's the first costumes and
is it first Fantasticar?
First Fantasticar, the hot tub time machine.
That's what I want. That's what gets me excited.
Yeah,
that is awesome. That's Sir Rob, the Great and Powerful. That's why that nickname floats around for you, my friend.
Sir Robbie,
Fantastic Tub.
Yes, it is.
We got Eric J doing live riffs.
I really liked Sir Robbie. It should be Sir Robbie.
All right, enough of that stuff, will you, please?
Well, hey, Robbie, High roll. You go first. You got 19 on this one, so we're just right back to you.
Good. My big toe's starting to get sore.
You
Okay.
didn't even Adam.
All right. This next book here I got. This was my first non-superhero Golden Age #1. And this title went on to be fairly successful. But from 1948, this is Authentic Police Cases #1.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
You got 2 girls in red dresses in distress.
I was going to say,
Like,
2
double
ladies
up.
in red there.
And there's a first appearance. There's a first appearance in here of a character named Hale the Magician.
Oh, wow. Yeah, who is there an artist? Do you know who the artist is for that cover? Is it I
think his name was Paul Parker, but there's some George Tuscarat in here as well.
Okay. Yeah, that is gorgeous. Yeah, the Krista Berg special, Lady in Red.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I don't get the joke, but I get it. Now I get it.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, do you have a lot of crime books?
I have a couple, but it's when you see a book from 1948 that's a #1, it's kind of hard to pass it up. I don't care what it is, especially if it's a pretty awesome shape too.
That's pristine. Yeah,
that's beautiful.
I am still not convinced that you don't own a time machine. And you haven't bought these
like he's getting them off the newsstand
and then just hijack them to 2026. Yeah.
How do you know I don't?
I don't.
don't.
I have yet to be convinced otherwise.
I would
it's
not
my
be
secret.
surprised if you're pulling a Biff Tannen on us with these books. All right.
Where do you see the next two?
I'm so glad I saved the ones I did for last, because here we go. I'm going to get weird again. Man, do I love this. Renegade Press, issue number 11. Picked this up, I think, at Heroes Con last year. Flaming Carrot, number 11. I'm putting the run together. Freaking love this book. This one in particular, he infiltrates or fights against a group of communists who are trying to take over a small town. And this guy here, well, he's on the cover, he's doing a prank call. And the guy on the phone, he's like, "What is that you say? It's Prince Albert in a can. I don't understand." He doesn't understand because he's Russian. But at the end, he beats this guy by getting him so mad that he talks so much, his word balloon becomes over full and the word balloon falls down and stabs him and he dies. That's how Flaming Carrot wins, is by being surreal.
That's so meta.
It's so meta. And it's just Bob Burden is a genius. I don't know if he's still out there. I still hope I get like something else from him in the future, but the Flaming Carrot stuff, putting this all together. And this copy, a lot of the copies I find are pretty beat up, and this one is really clean. I mean, this one I feel like may have just been thrown in.
How many issues were there, and where are you on that run?
There were 32 issues, and I mean, I actually have quite a few. I'm missing. I've got number 1. I'm missing like number 2 through 5, and then I have like a couple of the single digits, a lot of the teens and 20s. I want to say I have at least 25 to 32 at the end. I'm just missing some of the teens and some of the early ones. So, and it's not something that I want to go like, I don't want to just order them. I like finding them at shows because you do see them. And I find them on eBay. I find lots sometimes. And I actually got a lot on eBay recently, and it had a lot of doubles in it. So, spoiler, I got one that I'll show off, and it's later, but I got one that's going to be for Rich, and I got a couple that I'm going to send to Alex. So if those guys are in the chat, try to look surprised later. But yeah, I pick it up. I pick it up whenever I can. Yes, sir.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
You can always ask me a question.
How does he talk, smell, breathe, and hair? He has no he has no features.
No. He's just, so it's a costume. It's a canvas carrot. On the top, he has a gas thing that he lights. the mask is mesh in the front, so he can drink through it. Like there's diagrams of the costume, but you never see what he looks like underneath. He is the flaming carrot, but his origin story is that he read 5,000 comic books in one setting, which made him go insane, and now he's a crime fighter in Iron City, and it's just
something.
It's the best. Great. It's the frickin' best.
Yeah.
If you've never read Flaming Carrot, you can find the trades. And if you like that era of like 80s, 90s black and white comedy series, it's just great. It's great. See, Lau gets it. Makes total sense. there is a scene where he's at a bar trying to pick up chicks because he does that a lot too. And he's got a straw. He's drinking his beer through a straw. The girl's like, "Oh, you can drink through your mask. That's so cool." It's such a random thing to say in a panel. But then he's like, "Yeah, watch me dance." And then he dances. All right. Oh wait, Robbie went first. Adam's last.
So this one's not. This one is an early Avengers, and I'm kind of going back in time. It's really faded, but I kind of like it. And it's Avengers 16. So the top is like just really faded. Usually it's like really strong purple and stuff like that. But this is also when Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, join the team, so they can do weird dances in future issues on covers. But I also really like it because it's got a lot of the the characters that they have like some of the villains. Enchantress, you got the Enforcer that's up there. It's got a lot of great characters. It's kind of just like a really good Kirby cover, and good for the reprint. Yeah, it's good to get a reprint of this, but it's this is kind of when really just the first. I mean, other than the Hulk leaving, this is kind of the first mix-up of bringing in new characters.
It's the first new team.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool, and Scarlet Witch is also one of my. Also one of my favorite Avengers, but one of my, really high up there in terms of characters I really like too. So definitely one that I want to have. So yeah.
That classic Scarlet Witch headdress is the weirdest thing. Like it's the weirdest, like
it's like it's like one of your kids in class that just took some construction paper and cut a hole in it and put it around their head.
Well, how can you say that, Nate, after the flaming carrot?
True. Hey, shot fired. Well done.
Fair. That is fair. All right. So in all, I rolled, right? I rolled, guys. I'm freaking out. Are you ready?
Yeah.
We all got a 9.
Ooh.
What do you do with that? Like that's at least it's not 666, but it's 999. That's weird.
Yeah.
So like, I guess it's just a reroll, but
it's
that's
like
crazy.
The Beatles number 9.
Ooh, Adam is last with a 2. I'm first.
My luck ran out.
Robbie. 15, 14, 2. 15, 14, 2. All right. So we are on, I think we're down to 2. 2 to go.
Yeah.
2 to go. All right. So my last 2 they're pretty good. This one is, I really love this series because I love indie books, obviously. I love this artist, but more than that, most people collect this artist because he does covers. I actually really like his sequential storytelling, and this is one of the titles where sadly he doesn't do a lot. It's only like a 3 or 4 page story, but Alien Worlds, Dave Stevens did a few covers and a few stories. This is my absolute favorite one from that line, Alien Worlds number 4. The girl looks so good. The retro futurism, the bubble helmet, the legs. It's a great cover. The story on the inside that he draws is a lot of fun. A lot of like, the way he does that, like the bad girl, like she's naked in the thing, but you don't see anything because it's all in shadow or it's done, there's placement. He knows how to do that. It's Betty Page love that he has for the female form, but like doing it in a tasteful, not disgusting way. So anytime I can find a Dave Stevens that I don't have, I'm gonna grab it. But there's a couple of, like I said, a couple issues of Alien Worlds that you should really grab if you want to see him tell a story. His Rocketeer stuff is so good, but out of all the covers, the side, this is so Wally Wood, right? Like it just has that feel to it. And I just love it. I love Dave Stevens. I know he got really big because of that documentary. But I mean, The Rocketeer was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid, which made me start finding some of those books, which went up in price after the documentary.
It is funny, the people that crawled out of the woodwork after that documentary of, for Dave Stevens, and then it was like instant hot, and it's kind of like, you people just didn't know this whole time, and,
right, yeah.
I mean,
I think people did though. Like I think The Rocketeer, at least in comic books, like it was never expensive, but you always saw it. Any show that I went to, I would see Rocketeer issues on people's walls. People in the comic collecting community understand that Dave Stevens is a fantastic freaking artist. He died too soon. I'm glad he's getting more recognition now. I just wish I would have picked up more of his books before the documentary dropped, because they all doubled or tripled in price.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of Rocketeer stuff because that's what I collected, because I still love the movie. I think it's a great movie.
Yeah, that cover was sort of War of the Worlds-esque with that creature in the background.
Yeah, it also kind of World War II. Like I feel like this kind of looks like a downed bomber plane or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a timelessness to what he does.
I think it inspired Stevie D's Ray Gun Rachel.
Oh, I love it even more now.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, the next one I got for you is my favorite Golden Age artist, and his name is Mac Rayboy. And I got this pretty recently, and but I love Mac Rayboy, and it's my first Mac Rayboy slab war cover. There's 22 of these on the CGC census. This is the number 7 copy.
Oh my God!
Wow!
Oh my God!
7.5. When did that come out again?
It's all right.
1943.
There you go. There you go. That's a good tilt. Beauty.
And it says the Battle for Stalingrad on it. And
wow, man.
It is. I mean, if you think about 1943, 83 years ago, and it's a 7.5. That's insane.
Right. and let alone that, those books were literally collected and pulped for the war effort. Like people, people collected their comics, people collected their newspapers and got rid of them because they thought they were supposed to, that it was going to help. So anything that survives from that era is just insane.
It's pretty scarce because on the CGC census, there's 20 blue labels and 2 purple labels. That's it.
Wow. Yeah, hats off to that selfish kid that didn't want to support the war efforts.
It's like, I'm hiding these under my mattress from Ma.
Right. Crazy.
All right, Adam. Number nine.
So probably my my second favorite villain in all of comics is Kang.
Oh.
And so this is a first appearance of Kang. It's funny. I got this in a trade. I can't even remember. I was negative 17. Yeah. Yeah. I was
right, Lyle.
Yeah. But like I got this in a trade with the owner from a LCS. I'm trying to even think what I gave him for this, but I don't even remember. So it clearly wasn't important to me. But really, I've always loved Kang. This is such a weird cover because it's got this like these light balls that he had, he was throwing up as like a screen so that it rejected Thor's hammer in there. Just like a little weirdish Kirby stuff like that's not done before. but I have always loved Kang and all of his iterations. Rama Tut, Scarlet Centurion, all of the different, people or characters that he's been. And I've always like some of my favorite stuff always to read in any, in books or whatever is time traveling stuff. I just love like alternate realities and all that kind of stuff. So Kang and he's got a weird face, and like his costume design is just odd. Yeah, he's puffy sleeves and thigh highs. Yeah, it is such a weird costume. But I guess from whenever he came from, he was probably like
Johnny.
styling, But this is one of my favorites, just because I love Kang. So I thought
Very
about bringing
cool.
Wonder Man, but I like Kang.
I love that you got that in a trade. And did you get it? Did you get it before like that? I mean, you've been collecting Avengers.
Yeah,
for a
it was
while,
kind of
so
funny. It was probably like they hadn't. I think a month later they announced that Kang was going to be in something, and it was because the owner of LCS, he's like, "Well, I just did you a favor, didn't I?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess you kind of did, but it's all good."
That's great. That's great.
Great
All
book,
right.
Adam.
So we're down to our last round, and I could roll and we could go for that, but I want to defer to Robbie. I mean, it's your first time I've been on a stream with you. Do you want to show first? Do you want to close us out? What do you want to do?
Well, what do you guys think? I don't want to. My vote's irrelevant in this question.
Your vote is the most important to me, actually. So
I'll close it.
That sounds right. Okay, so I'm going to roll for me and Adam. All right.
Okay.
God, Adam. I just can't win. I just can't win.
All right.
It was close. It was close. It was 18-16, but you're still a winner.
So this should not be a surprise, but this is my I mean, one of my favorite books in my collection that I've ever had. It was one like top 5 book I listed in a video, and just some like never thought I'd have. But thank you, Robbie, who sent me this.
Good
Avengers
Lord.
#4.
Beautiful.
I absolutely love it. Captain America is one of those that I have. Avengers and Captain America and Fantastic Four are kind of like my 3 big things that I've always collected. But to have like Submariner in it as well, and then but to have like the first bringing back of Captain America into the Silver Age, such a big book. Just absolutely thrilled. I think you probably saw it, but in my video, you made a grown man cry, Robbie. So eternally grateful to you for this. But just absolutely love this book. So I'll cherish this always. But one of the
if I send you that Fantastic Four book, I'll send you a box of Kleenex with it.
I'll need it, and probably some diapers as well.
No, you won't need those though.
I might need those.
Eventually, we're all gonna need them.
But that's my banger to finish it out.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you, Adam.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Oh, so
it's funny how we thought about each other tonight, isn't it?
We did. The one I promised this one to somebody, so this was going to be my closer today. This one is in incredibly good shape on the front, on the back, not so much. But this is the first Carl Barks Uncle Scrooge official whatever. It's actually 4-color 384, I think is what it is, but it's considered Uncle Scrooge #1. I found this in a bin, like digging, and I took it to the guy and was like, dude, you can't leave this in a bin. Do you know what this is? And he said, yeah, but I got a better one at home. And he offered this to me for an insanely good price. It has a 4-inch tear on the back, so from the spine over to about here. But that's on the back. On the front, it's perfect. It's so freaking clean. and I read it. It's raw, so I have a facsimile. I love Carl Barks Duck stories so much, especially the Uncle Scrooge stuff, and so and Only a Poor Man is like one of Carl Barks' best. So to have this in the collection, I'm not going to go get a whole bunch of these or anything because they're expensive. And I mean, I prefer honestly to read these in a collected edition just because I think it feels less stressful. But to be able to have this in something that I can actually hold in my hands and flip through, and as Robbie knows, like that time, this stuff from that time period, it's hard to come by. It's hard to come by.
Absolutely.
Every time I see this on somebody's wall, I just giggle to myself because I'm like, if you knew what I got mine for,
Yeah, that's amazing.
It was an insanely stupid good deal, and I adore it. I adore it. So that was one I wanted to show you guys because that's one that that was kind of my thing. Was like I did get stuff that obviously I wanted to show stuff that I don't show all the time, or that isn't like, I didn't show a bunch of body horror tonight. I didn't show all DC Silver Age. I certainly could have.
I think it was very smart of you to grab that book too, Nate. That was, a really good pick.
Well, I thought you would, talking to you about the way you buy books, and this was one of I actually, because it was still kind of expensive. It wasn't stupid. I paid around $100 for it. And which is nothing. That's like a $400 book, but I still called my wife. I was like, hey, I said, I think I'm going to pick this up because it's just like, I'm never going to see this for that price again. And it's something I love. I love these stories. So you're right. And this made me think of you, Bobby, because of the way that you and I have talked about when you see something that you shouldn't pass up and you can get it, you shouldn't pass it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of myself on that one. I grabbed that one. It was a good one.
Absolutely. Okay. This is very
I know, guys.
This is a very, very big book. Okay. This is the first book I paid over $1,000 for as well. And this is the origin of the Flash is retold in this book, and this is also the last issue of Flash Comics. Now, when Barry Allen came into his own book, instead of giving him a number 1, they just continued the number from this book. But this is Flash number 104.
Whoa,
my God.
Holy cow. We need to big screen that one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I was.
We're awestruck for a while.
I forgot to breathe.
This book is very, very scarce.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I haven't either. I love Hawkman too, so that's kind of cool.
Wow.
But yeah, it was pretty funny. It's the last issue of Flash Comics, but they put Hawkman on it.
I know. What's up with that? Wow, that's great. And I like the yellow, yellow lines on the red. It's great.
Yeah.
Matt's claiming it.
It doesn't look like a traditional like Golden Age book, right? Like you said, with that red and yellow. It's kind of unique.
You guys may know this book. It's one of the anniversary issues of Detective Comics. It's kind of similar to that. They did it I think it was out in the 80s or early 90s, but it's kind of similar to that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We all, this went really well, by the way.
Yeah.
I am glad we did this way because in trying to come up with something to do together, I wanted it to not be like everybody take a turn and burn through a stack of books like that. Not that I don't enjoy doing that. I do actually, but this was, I wanted to share some things I don't normally share. And I wanted to see things and know why you guys wanted to bring them tonight. I put a little thought into what I grabbed, and I wanted it to, and I think everybody kind of brought, even though Adam, you brought all Avengers, I think they were still different. Like you brought them for different reasons. And it was cool. It was really cool. We're going to have to do this again. Like, I think it's a cool little format to do, like, and just
Yeah.
it felt relaxed, and it was cool to hear, like I said, like, why did you grab this, or where did it come from? Why do you like it? And hey, some people agree. So as we're closing out, guys, if you're not subscribed, if you didn't like the stream, go like the stream. If you're not subscribed to this channel, go subscribe to this channel. Go subscribe to Adam's channel, and go follow Robbie on Instagram. Those links are below. Yeah, I don't know about Adam, but I'm gonna need another pour after this. That was this. Whew, there were some big books brought tonight, but it wasn't about that. It was about like books that we love, just like, and I like that kind of like criteria. It doesn't have to be worth anything. It just has to be worth something to you. And that's why we do this. And I'm gonna steal something from our friend Mark from Mark's Issues with Archie Comics in his like newest video where he was showing something. He at the end he said like, it's all just paper. Like, this is just paper. It's the people that matter. And like, that's what this is like sharing with the two of you. You two are wonderful and I adore you. And everybody in the chat, it's just about us being able to share something that we love together. So I thank you guys for coming on, and thank you for doing this, and we will do it again.
Hey, it was an honor for me to do it with you guys, man. Yeah, I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Well, I'm glad we got it worked out. And like I said, we're going to do it again soon. It's almost the summer of Nate. I got 3 more weeks, boys. 3 more weeks of hell to get through teaching some 3rd grade, trying to keep these kids together. And then like, I will feel,
I hope you're probably going to see a big block of cheese.
Yeah. You're going to see way too much of me. You're going to see way too much of me over the summer, because I'm going to be like, and I got this, and I got that, and I got this. But yeah, I just want to say thank you, everybody in the chat. I'm sorry. I feel like I missed a lot of comments, but I'm also trying to like look at the books these guys brought. You guys are awesome. Everybody have a good night. Give everybody a subscription, and we will see you. We'll see you guys all again soon. All right. You guys stick around. Don't go anywhere, but I am going to end the stream here, and we will see you guys in the next one.